Welcome everyone, today I'll be testing the new Skarner on the PvE server, but before jumping into the game, I'll quickly summarize his skills. Let's start with his passive. It stacks up to 3 times and when fully stacked it deals magic damage based on your max health. His Q involves taking a boulder from the ground. You can either throw it or auto-attack 3 times to deal area damage and enhance auto-attack damage, losing the boulder on the 3rd hit. It's important to mention that you can use it on turrets. For his W, he simply jumps, slowing enemies and receiving a small shield while dealing a little bit of damage. Skarner Z allows him to start running and go through any terrain. If you catch an enemy and hit a wall, they'll be stunned for 1.5 seconds. His ult remains the same as before, but now it's a skill shot, allowing him to stun up to 3 enemies. A cool thing that you can do to maximize your champion's potential is to use your Q before your E. This way, you'll already have the boulder to deal bonus damage, making better use of your stun. But enough talk about the champion, let's jump into the game.
I will be the last one standing.
Just like in any Malphite lane, you take tires to the face. Let's talk a little bit about the new Skarner. From my point of view, this new Skarner is completely different from the old one. He feels like a truck, he's super slow, but he's now a CC machine. Every skill in his kit has some type of crowd control. This not only makes him good as a jungler and top laner, but I've also seen people testing him as a support, due to the amount of utility in his kit. And talking about seeing people testing him, please like the video, because I had to play about 10 games on the PvE server with 200 ping to get this footage, since I wasn't able to pick Skarner. But now, back to the game. I picked Skarner top instead of jungle, because he seems to be a perfect tanking edge for the composition. From what I've seen, you can either build him as a tank or a bruiser, but I haven't tried him as a bruiser yet, so I can't recommend it. In lane, this new Skarner has super strong pushing power with his new Q, and from my testing he doesn't have any significant mana problems. At this point of the game, I was so strong that I could easily win against Malphite. Even when being ganked by the enemy Skarner and Malphite, I managed to come out on top. But please remember, this is on the PvE server, and everyone is likely playing with a super high ping, so don't consider reactions too much. With my Sunfire Cape completed, I took down the first tower and began roaming to seek kills. At this point Skarner spikes super hard, not only because he can burn enemies in close proximity because of the Sunfire Cape, but also because the enemy team was predominantly composed of AD champions. And now, tell me what are your thoughts on this Rework Skarner? Do you think he's going to be strong on the first few days or have a negative win rate? In my opinion, you can expect this champion to peak right upon his launch. At least in the top lane, he doesn't seem to require much effort to learn and he deals good damage while being super tanky.
Get over here!
At this point, it was just time to bulldoze some enemies around the map. Despite my formidable tankiness, don't be mistaken. Skarner now deals damage based on his maximum health, ensuring he still packs a significant punch. With the free Rift Herald in hand, it was time to start the assault on the enemy base, beginning with this Malphite for some easy gold. And just like that, we take down the tier 3 turret with the demolish proc and immediately move into the inhibitor without much contest. Then we force a fight and this is what happens. The amount of crowd control this new Skarner has is insane. You can slow with your Q, stun with your E, suppress with your ultimate. There's almost infinite crowd control potential. And just like that, after that fight, I immediately base and use teleport to end the game, but then the enemy team does this. And by the way, the range on this new Skarner ult is insane. You can now use it almost as an hook, taking enemies from the other side of walls because of the massive range that skill has. And before ending the game, we still had time to play a bit with the enemy, and the result was the same as always, everyone dying. But suddenly after, I managed to engage on the enemy Camille, which led to a big fight mid. Did I say engage on Camille? I meant miss every skill in the air. But even missing every single skill, I was so much ahead that I could tank 1v3 until my team arrived, ending the game in this way. But don't forget, if you've watched until this point, please leave a like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me and help me tremendously. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.